Conventional steel production with a blast furnace consumes a lot of coal and produces no end of harmful CO2. In contrast, this new blast furnace runs on hydrogen and renewable electricity. It emits hardly any CO2 and produces climate-neutral steel. But how? The steel mill is located right by the Baltic Sea in northern Sweden. We met a spokesperson from operator SSAB on site. The blast furnace in the background was once the company's pride.
When we built this one 23 years ago, it was one of the world's most efficient blast furnaces that we built. So it's a really good blast furnace. It has been up and running for all this time. We have the relining that we have to do.
Inside the steel mill, she shows us the conventional steel production setup. The blast furnace is just being tapped and the molten iron is starting to flow out. The mill produces 6,000 tons of steel a day, using a furnace fired with hard coal. Conventional steel production involves the release of a lot of CO2, primarily in the blast furnace. That's because here, the iron ore is heated to over 1,300 degrees Celsius. But that's exactly what they want to change here. Steel production is responsible for about 6% of climate-damaging emissions globally.
However, when using iron ore and coal to produce iron and steel, we do have these carbon dioxide emissions. So that's actually why we want to replace the blast furnace with the hybrid process.
The company has built this test factory near the blast furnace. It's the world's first successful pilot project for steel production using climate-neutral hydrogen. The intermediate material for steel production is stored in a hall in the form of small pellets, obtained from the raw product. A rotary kiln is used to refine the iron ore rock. The next step is to increase the iron content of the pellets. This involves them being heated with hydrogen and melted down.
That's iron ore, so that's almost pure iron. So what we're doing here is testing a technology that is aimed to replace the blast furnace. And the blast furnace uses coal instead of what we do here with hydrogen to refine the iron ore into iron.
We weren't allowed to film the process as it's an industry secret, but this is how it works. First up is producing green hydrogen. Electricity from renewable sources such as wind or solar power is used to split water via electrolysis. The end products, oxygen and climate-neutral hydrogen, or H2. This is fed into the hybrid blast furnace and used to further increase the iron content of the pig iron pellets. In a second stage, liquid steel is then produced in the electric arc furnace. It's being hailed as a breakthrough that will usher in a new era in industrial history.
You get a bit blind after a while working with this all the time, but when you take one step back and think about it, it's quite astonishing what has been achieved here in just a couple of years.
At the SSAB steel mill, they want to completely replace the old technology. Everything will be powered with green electricity in the future. All the furnaces and a new rolling mill. The green steel is set to get the green light in a couple of years. The new technology saves a lot of CO2, and all at a far higher pace.
We say that from starting to melt the scrap or the sponge iron in an electric arc oven until we have a coil that we could actually send to a customer, it's roughly 3 hours.
Right now, the overall manufacturing process still lasts several days. But with green steel also meaning lower costs, demand is sure to grow.